Hi, I'm Rebecca Valcarcel, and I'm going to talk about why I loved using the Six Moon Silver Shadow parasol or sun umbrella. Now, I just got back from walking the Camino de Santiago from Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port, and I used this a lot. So this is the Six Moon Silver Shadow. It's the one that actually collapses really small. So it folds up, like the top of it sort of folds in half, and that way you can make it really, really, really small, and it collapses into a really tight bundle here. And I was able to stick this bundle in the side pocket of my backpack, and what I tended to do was not package it up quite this much, but actually to leave it a little less folded up and stick it in my backpack that way. And when it's longer, you can grab it more easily without having to take off your backpack. So I was able to stuff it in and out of that pocket, and I didn't, wrap it up 100% all the time. That made it more convenient. It works great for keeping you cooler. Some people feel like it's 10 degrees cooler under their umbrella. I have not measured, but I was definitely envied by some other folks, especially on the Meseta, but even before that. I mean, even day 4 or 5 in the Zubiri area, you will get exposed areas. And if it's summer in particular, and I walked in June, you are going to definitely want a sun hat, which I also had. But if you're curious about the sun umbrella or the parasol, I would say go for it. It's in my Texas home. I use it when I take walks, and so I was used to it. But what I really love about it is that there's ventilation under it. So a hat is essential, and I think I needed a hat as well. It didn't substitute, because you have times and places where you don't want a big umbrella, but a hat will be hotter because you don't have the air circulation. So it was nice to be able to take off the hat, stuff it in my side pocket, pull this out, and suddenly I'd have all the breeze all around me, my head free. Also, it gave shade to not just my face, not just my neck, but my shoulders and even my forearms. So I feel like I got better sun protection from the umbrella than I did from my hat. So to me, it was very worth it. It's super light, and some people were even buying umbrellas on the way that are just normal umbrellas, but they were a lot heavier. So I really recommend getting the Six Moons, or there's a couple of other brands that have it. Now, can you attach it so that it's like hands-free? Okay, so you'll see a lot of videos on YouTube where people successfully do that, and I think Six Moons even sells a little strap thing to tie it in. Here's what I did. I found that I could get it hands-free onto my backpack if I used these ties, but they're metal inside. So you'll find these at a place like Office Depot or Staples, but also REI. I think these are used in a lot of different ways, but a lot of people use them to wrap their extension cords or their computer cables, and they start out straight, and they bend and mold into whatever shape you tell them to. So I was able to get the straps here on my backpack and these to work really well together. So I could actually get the umbrella hands-free by using these on the handle. However, I found that doing it on and off, like, I stopped to eat at a bar, use the bathroom. I found like this was a little much to get going every time. So I did do it sometimes because there were areas where I wanted to be able to use my hiking poles, trekking poles, sticks. And uh, I also wanted the umbrella at the same time. So if I needed both hands, then I was going to need to set that up, and it worked. On the other hand, I must say that just normally I went ahead and let go one of my trekking poles, and I held the umbrella with the other hand. So that was just easier, practical, quick. And there were times that I put away both my trekking poles so that I could switch hands and you know, just have more flexibility that way. You know, your hand gets tired after a while, but it's so, so light. It really wasn't an issue. And I actually like having my hand up because then I don't have the blood flowing down, down, down and getting the fat fingers that some you might have experienced before. So it was fine to hold the umbrella. But you can attach it, and there are ways to do that. My way was just one. I also used occasionally, harder to set up even than the little twist ties, this wrist brace. It's like a strip of fabric that velcros in a circle, and I could put that around the strap and around the handle, and I could tighten it with this velcro. So I thought I was kind of creative using this. It's really a wrist brace for injuries and keeping your wrist straight. I used it a couple of times, but more often it was plenty of support to be just using these twist ties. So there are a lot of other methods, but I did end up holding it most of the time. So there's that. I loved having it though. I definitely saved myself some sunburn and some comfort. I mean, it increased my comfort by having it. So I recommend a sun umbrella for the Camino, especially the Francés in summer. Good luck with your own Camino, whatever kind it might be. Buen Camino.